Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be creating this bag using a free pattern that I discovered online. In fact, I've already made one of these bags before as a gift. As it so happens, I had just enough leftover fabric from that project to create another one. So let's get started. We will be needing quilted outer fabric, lining, handles, zipper, bias tape, and matching threads. We have only two pieces for the pattern, one for the whole bag, another for the outside pockets. As a side note, I'm wearing a blouse that I made myself. There is a sew along video on my channel. I also cut out a small rectangle from the lining for an inside pocket as a personal touch. So let's start with that inside pocket. Wrong side up, fold each side of this rectangular twice, 1 cm each time. Understitch one side close to the edge to secure the fold. Then place this piece on the right side of the lining, secure the end towards the opening of the bag, and sew the rest of the three sides to the lining, about 2 mm from the edge. Take the outside pocket pieces and cut out bias tape to the length of the shorter side of the pocket. Open one side of the bias tape and sew it to the edge of the pocket, right sides together. Then cut down the seam allowance to 0.5 cm. Fold over the other side of the bias tape and top stitch the right side on the previous seam. Place the outside pocket piece to the back, right sides together. Following with the handles. There are marks on the pattern that indicate where to place each edge of the handle. Sew 1 cm from the edge of the pocket. Repeat with the other side. Now turn the handles over and sew very close to the handle edges. There are also marks that indicate where to turn the stitch. It should be looking like this on the wrong side of the bag. Turn the pocket over, sew right in the middle where the handle is to fix the pocket and divide it into 3 separate smaller ones. Sew the edges of the pocket with 0.5 cm seam allowance. Cut bias tape to the length of the top of the bag, open one side of it, and pin the wrong side of the bias tape to the right side of the bag opening. Pin the right side of the zipper and the right side of the lining on top. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Sew these 4 layers with 1 cm of seam allowance. Trim down the seam allowance a few millimeters. Open the zipper, fold down the bias tape on the right side, top stitch it. The lining should be also sewed underneath. Sew the open end of the zipper to secure it. Trim down the zipper if it's too long. Cut bias tape to the length of each side of the bag where the zipper ends. Open one side of the bias tape and sew the right sides together. Turn the bag inside out and pin the right sides of the outer bag together. Then turn the lining over. Pin the right sides of the lining together. With the bias tape in between, you should have 5 layers to sew together with 1 cm of seam allowance. Repeat the same steps with the other side. Turn the bag right side out. Fold down the rest of the bias tape and top stitch. We are down to the last step to close the 4 edges of the bag. Firstly, we pin each edge wrong sides together and sew with 0.5 cm seam allowance. Then turn the wrong side out, fold the edges, and sew with 1 cm seam allowance. This method is called the French seam. Here is the final result. I really love the details with the bias tape. Quilted fabric gives this bag a very nice structure. You can use it as a diaper bag, gym bag, or a small travel bag for weekend getaways.